Fuck you. Start off like saying, fuck you. You don't know shit.
What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to the Fckry with Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus. I'm Lenny Marcus.
And I'm Leslie Jones.
That's her, and this is the podcast where the mission is to keep it 100 at all times. We talk about the fuckery going on in the world and in our lives and having a whole lot of fun doing it. Today, it's just Leslie and I. We have a lot to talk about, a lot. And we answer your listener questions. And, of course, we end with the Fckry of the week. But first, let's catch up. Leslie, I know what's up, but Leslie, what the fuck is up? Let me start with this. Today, I spoke to you, some fuckery right off the bat. I print a set list for Leslie every time she's going to go on stage. And like a crazy anal person, anybody who knows me, I got a million set lists, and my set lists are in color-coded. Now, nobody in the whole business does this. Black is it's ready to go.
I knew it was
red,
the
it's
black
brand
and the
new,
red,
and
but I
blue,
didn't
we're
know
working
about
on
the
it.
blue. I didn't know about the blue.
I've been doing this for 5 years with her, so when I print the set list, she's like, what do I work on? It's there, and it's in red. And today, the light bulb goes on, and you go, oh, I thought you were just color-coding it because to make it fun or whatever. What the fuck?
Because first of all, he goes, yeah, the red is the new stuff, the blue. And I was like, well, just fucking make me a color code. And he was like, you should know what the fuck it is. And I was like, motherfucker, when did blue get involved in all this shit? And I just thought you was making this shit. I just thought that the color ink was inside your printer and you ain't know how to control it. You ain't know how to like turn it off and make it
God.
Print. So I knew about the red, but what's the blue anyway, actually?
The blue is you're working on it. You're not sure where you're going with it yet. You're not sure.
See, that would have been
most
helpful.
There's one blue line. The rest of it's
helpful.
red. But you're like, what do I work? What am I doing tonight? Read the paper.
But all this would have been helpful. Every time I look at it, it would have been helpful. I'm just saying. Anyway. All right.
Let's go back to the last time we recorded a show. It's been a couple of weeks, know, inside baseball there. The day after the podcast, or actually that night, Leslie was getting on a plane to go to Las Vegas to see Usher in concert for her actual birth date, and then everybody was getting on a plane for a party.
It was like Friday, because you got there Friday. And
yeah, I got there Friday.
You got there Friday. I went and saw Usher the Wednesday before.
Right.
So what? Like by the time he got there, my throat started tingling around Saturday morning, and I was like, "Yo, my throat." Because don't you remember Blanca saying, "Hey, that's sinuses. It's probably sinuses." And then
she because the weather was shit.
Yeah,
I got off the plane in a tropical storm. Thanks,
this
LA.
Motherfucker
Only I go there.
This motherfucker brought rain to California. Like, it never rained to California. This motherfucker brought rain. Brought that New York bullshit. So my throat started tingling around Saturday. And I was like, Saturday night, I was like, okay, I'm not feeling well. My throat doesn't feel well. But I wasn't thinking, like, because I was testing at the same time, and it was testing negative.
Yeah.
Man, by Monday night, I was like, okay, I'm sick. Okay, whatever the fuck it is, I was like, even if it's not COVID, because I'm testing negative for COVID, what the fuck? I was like, if it's not COVID, it's something.
We quarantined immediately. That was a good move. And then you quarantine yourself. You have a whole wing on the other side, which is great. Side. You have a refrigerator, everything. So you come
out. I like literally don't have to even come out my room. I got a refrigerator. I got all that shit in there.
All right. So now I just have one problem because I'm packing up. I'm going home. In normal conditions, I'm out of there. Just one slight problem. My wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife was getting on a plane to come.
Lenny, we can't fucking spoil Gina's vacation. I was like, I'll put y'all in a hotel. I'll put you in a hotel. You can use the car, and she could just like have a vacation.
She was supposed to stay in the house as well, and she's petrified because of, we've had it. Luckily, the reason why I didn't get it is because I had it in June. I'm still kind of within the 3-month thing, and my body is still fighting it. So all that story you heard a couple weeks ago, my body is still fighting it, and that's the only if you want to call that lucky, that's the reason I didn't get it. Plus, we were really smart. The second you tested positive, we quarantined us both. But my wife now, we moved her back one day to see how I would do, and I was fine, still feeling perfect. You're convalescing thanks to Dr. H. But now, you're sequestered in that house. I got to deal with the wife. So she came to get that 5 days because we had grandma come to take care of her, and we had all the plans taken care of, and she was prepped for it. So, oh man. So she came, and we spent 5 days in your car and riding around LA and in that hotel. Thank you, Leslie, for all that
She
stuff.
had a good time,
And
though.
My wife had, you had COVID, the deathbed. My wife had the best time of her fucking life. She went to Rodeo Drive shopping. She went to, which cost me pretty money. She went to visit. We had dinner with Alan Burney out there. We had, oh man, we went downtown. We took the car everywhere.
What about the sushi place?
Sushi place. You sent us this sushi place. Can we say the name?
Yeah, Shibuya.
Shibuya in Calabasas.
Best
we get out. Leslie sends us down there.
Sushi in the world.
In the world. And I'm like, come on. We've had Nicco. It's really good. They've got great sushi places, but Leslie sends us to this place. And oh my God. First of all, we get out of the car, and there's a guy with a guard dog there guarding the store, right? There's people waiting outside. I'm like, what kind of sushi place is this? But it's Calabasas, known for the Kardashians. And sure enough, who walks out of the place? One of the Kardashians. I think it was Kendall. And with her, bodyguards waiting. And so it's this tiny little place. Maybe 30 people can fit in there.
It's like a hole in the wall. I think the studio is about as big as that place.
And I have to say this, Shibuya. Is that what it's called? Shibuya? Shibuya. It's the best sushi I've ever had in my life. You are absolutely right. It's like next level. Again, it's like the Dr. H of sushi. It's amazing. It was mind-blowingly amazing. So if you're in Calabasas, go to the best sushi place I've ever had.
So
incredible.
Fucking God.
And Leslie picked up that tab. Next thing I know, they're taking the check out of my hand. And it was just, seriously, my wife had the best time ever. I did not want to go home. Swam in Leslie's pool.
Yeah.
The famous pool.
She got the smoke.
Smoke. Oh
my God.
My wife was, then we get home, and it's like, she was just like, remember when it was really got cold in New York? And she's like, remember when it was so warm yesterday?
Yeah, but see, at least you'll have that memory.
She will have that memory. But then things get even weirder. And we'll be right back to tell you about that right after this. All right, we're back, and we left you. Leslie's going to reschedule that party, and stay tuned for that, because Lord knows what's going to happen this time around. Probably everybody else gets COVID.
Man, it's damn it! I was so fucking mad. I was like, damn, I caught that shit. But now I'm invincible. So.
Well, then you finally get healthy enough to do this gig.
Yep.
Right at the right time to do this gig in Vegas. Again, you're going to go back to that toilet.
I have to
Fuck
go
Usher,
back.
by the way. Fuck Usher. Can we talk about that for 1 second? We talked about it. Fuck that guy. Every time somebody goes to Vegas, they get COVID. And this is the makeup artist got it once on Supermarket Sweep. You didn't learn your lesson. And every time somebody goes to Usher, did I get COVID? Yeah. Fucking Usher. Piece of shit. So you decide to go back to do this iHeart Radio. Talk about what is that gig?
I love you, Usher. I don't think you gave it to me, but
I don't love Usher. Usher, you ruined my plans to go to a Hollywood party, Usher. You crushed my Usher, whatever. Kill me.
Oh my God. Anyway, I got well and tested negative, which was so weird because I was like, oh, I ain't got that shit no more. Okay, that's weird.
Thank you, Dr. H.
And I had a gig in Vegas, the iHeart, what is it?
iHeartRadio Awards.
Yeah, it's just like a concert with all the people. I don't know if they won awards or if they're just I don't know. But it's like LL Cool J was there, Puff Daddy performed, a bunch of other white people I know y'all know. Halsey was there. It was a bunch of white people. I don't know. I don't know them, but I know that a lot of people knew them, and a lot of people was probably like dancing to them, especially the country dude. The country dude. And it's so funny because, see, like, every time I see country music, I was like, every song sounds the same because they have that.
I agree.
Oh, my darling. I mean, it's like they all start like that, and you be like, all right, well, and I try to like the hipper ones, you know, but it's just they all sound the same, and they all look like insurrectionists. So, and the dude that was performing, he was a big.
Did they get the insurrectionist award? Is that
I
what they
don't
were
know,
giving him?
but this dude that did, I think his name was Pete something. I don't know. Y'all got to look it up. But he had 7 songs, and I was like, at this point, like I was like, and people and you boy, they put them camera on them white folks. Them white folks love that country music, boy. They was like, it started there, oh man, I stared, I'm found and oh, then I had all that hair, hot there,
What do you do with your hand right now? You burning a torch and attacking the Capitol? What are you doing?
I don't fucking know. That's what all them songs be the same shit. Be just.
That's how I feel about rap. I can't hear it.
Nah, I mean now you can say that about rap now, but you couldn't say that about the past. I mean rap now.
No, I love getting jiggy with it. That was a good one.
No, I will. I literally will stomp you in the motherfucking ground. Don't even fucking even try it. Piece of shit.
Oh man. All right. So wait. So what's with the plane ride? What happened?
Okay. So we have a plan. And fuck you. First of all, let me let you explain something. The rap now, but the rap in the past, bitch, you can listen to. Anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, before we move on, this motherfucker had never, ever heard Call Tyrone by fucking Erykah Badu.
That's true. I've never heard Call Tyrone. Judith?
Y'all, you ever heard Call Tyrone? What's the young lady's name?
Erykah Badu.
Yeah, the young lady's name right here. What's your name? What's your name again?
Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan, you heard of Call Tyrone?
I'm scared to say no.
Yeah, white people. Woo!
But I will say Cody knows. Cody does know.
Yeah,
Cody knows?
Cody, you need to talk to your peoples, man, because that's some real fuck. I sat and played Call Tyrone. So anyway, so that means that your judgment on rap can go suck a dick.
That's rap? That's rap.
No, I'm just saying.
That's hip-hop.
The fact that you never heard that song makes me know you can't judge rap, so you can go suck a dick.
Okay.
Now, what I said about country music is true.
Let me do it in country form. You gotta suck a dick.
No, yeah. No, go suck a dick, Marty Lou.
Oh man, that's funny. All right, I never heard Call Tyrone, but it is a good song. So I listened to it when I got home, as a matter of fact.
Oh, so,
good job, Erykah Badu.
You're such a fucking asshole. Do you know Todd Lynn's whole career was off of Call Tyrone? He had a Call Simone.
I refuse to watch
Call
that.
Simone.
Yeah,
Call Simone. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I forgot what we were talking about. Okay, the plane ride. The plane. Okay, that was what?
Tracy Morgan, I saw, did a whole bit about Call Simone.
Oh wow! Was that before or after Todd Lynn died?
Before, like 10 years ago. He had three black dudes as the backup singers. He did it live. I watched it on YouTube. Call Simone.
What did he do it on SNL?
No, I don't know what this was. I don't know if it was his live show. He did it on a show somewhere. Mm-hmm.
That's somebody else's joke. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
okay. Anyway, that's.
Anyway,
then you put the little music, the little what they call the kiki. That's a kiki. That's kiki.
we need a bumper for that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The plane ride.
The
Tell
plane
me what
ride.
happened.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway, the plane ride. We get a private plane. Right. Okay. So the plane ride on the way up there is fucking great. Okay. Shirley Ralph is on there. The chick from Abbott Elementary's on there.
Oh, Quinta Brunson?
No, the white girl. She's a comedian too. I love her, and I never remember her name. She's so cool. She has red hair. She was in the Parent Trap.
Lisa Ann Walter.
Yes, she's freaking cool. Like really
she's
cool.
Cool.
So I always see her in the craziest place. So when I went in there, she was like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up, bitch?" You know, I'm crazy and shit. And Shirley Ralph, we took a picture and all that. It was just very nice. So when we flying up there, it's peaceful. Everybody's great. Brian was with me and all that. We had a nice time, right? You land, do the gig. Gig actually was great. Did he perform? Diddy is just a DJ at this point to me, because none of them songs, none of them songs is yours. I mean, you just a DJ at this point. I mean, some of the ones that he had words to, it just nah. Anyway, but when L came out, it was like, oh, that motherfucker was a rapper for real. Like, he did his fucking thing. It was so fucking good, right? So I had to bring up Megan Thee Stallion. I did my fucking thing. Looking good as always. I did a little bit with Ryan Seacrest because he had a terrible suit on. He had this little, I don't know what it was. It was like
goes
this
up to your hip.
Yeah, but it was like this. He was like, "What's wrong with my suit?" And I was like, "It's like that material that wraps speakers. You know how when you see that gray, that gray.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That like thin." That covering, whatever
great.
that is.
And I was like, why you make your suit out of that? And he just looks at me like, you just don't have no sensor at all.
Guy's worth like $10 billion.
I don't give a fuck. $10 billion.
It's probably like bulletproof.
Yeah, it need to be something. There need to be some kind of. Anyway, so the whole plan is that we fly back the same night, right?
Yep.
So Brian couldn't go with me, which this is one time I wish Brian was with me, because, oh my God, to witness this shit. Now, I don't know if I can mention these names. Y'all can bleep them out if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and say them. But everybody's on the plane that I said before, right? So we had added guests, that come on. And we were sitting there waiting for this last person that they're telling us that we're waiting for. And it turns out to be and her boyfriend or her keeper, or I don't know what the fuck this dude was. I truly don't know. He wasn't doing a good job at it, because she was fucking wasted. Like, I'm talking about, like,
Kiki.
Like, oh, here's a Kiki. We about to do some Kiki. It's Kiki.
Yeah.
So she was so motherfucking wasted. And listen, when I was in my 20s, I would have been like, go on, girl. Yeah, let's go. Like, But see, let me tell you, we're waiting, and she's staggering. So first of all, she's walking while they're taking off.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm talking about, like, they gave her another drink. When I looked at the guy, I was like, why would he give her another fucking drink? Like, and she, man, I'm talking about, man, I was like, this ain't even just drunk as much as mental health, because she was like, oh my God, Leslie Jones, oh my God, I never do this. I have never done this in my career, that I have to ask you for a picture. And listen, I don't have no problem, because I'm laughing. I literally am laughing because she is faded. Like, she's so faded that it's just funny at this point, because it's just like, girl, you is fucked up, girl. You is fucked up. How do you drink that much and still, like, be okay with drinking that much? Because, like, the played out white girl who's rich, drunk on the plane, that shit's played the fuck out at this point. So they're trying to get her to sit down. She sits down finally, right? The plane takes off. Immediately, she's up. All them crazy bitches is back there talking about stuff that I was like, listen, I've been through 20s and 30s. I know how shit, but the level of shit that they was talking about, that I was like, holy fuck, this is why regular people hate celebrities. This is why. I'm listening to that conversation, and I'm like, hey, if this plane crashes and I try to survive, would that be okay? Because, like, I'll be okay. Like, no, then I said, no, Shirley, wife. Like, what the fuck? Like, it just, all I just kept thinking was, like, girls, like, okay, be young, but be safe. Because good grief, some of the conversation they had, I was like, God damn. It was like when I experienced the movie Kids. You ever seen the movie Kids? I was like,
yeah.
Or whenever I watch Euphoria, I'd be like, oh, I was a fucking nerd. Do you know, and this is real talk, in high school, do you know the most thing that I did in high school? I drank a wine cooler. A wine cooler. We snuck some wine coolers. And then, look, I maybe made out with a couple of guys, but not like, whoa.
Yeah. And they're still doing it? Is that what you're saying? That's what they're talking about?
Well, it was just some of the things that, they was talking about that
they're
I was
still
like,
getting fucked up and
it's just like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Anyway, so the plane needs to land now. No, Lenny.
Yeah, I would hope
Lenny, I am dying laughing at this point because this bitch then went and found her phone. And she's trying to take a selfie as the motherfucker, like you can hear the fucking feet come out
wheels.
of the, you can hear the wheels come out of the plane.
Landing gear. Yep.
And you're like, oh my God, this is the point where the stewardess sits down. Like, this is like, like this is the, so he's sitting, he's on the thing. God. He's like, ma'am, can you please sit down? This bitch, so she goes, finds her phone, because her phone is dead. She's almost sitting in my lap. The phone is dead. She goes find her phone. Then she comes back. She takes the selfie. My publicist is recording the whole thing because she's just like, I can't believe that this shit is happening. So the pilot finally got in and said, hey, you need to sit down. The plane is landing. Like, it's unsafe.
Please tell me. Bang.
Man, she sat down. She finally sat down.
Oh.
But
okay. I thought you were going to hit the wall.
Oh, my God. No, but if she did, yo, can I tell you how much I would have fucking died if she would have rolled down that fucking aisle, son? Man.
Oh, man.
And it could have happened because I was like, this girl, but it made me go, what world did she used to live in?
You give, kids that much money, they're not going to grow up perfect.
I don't know if I agree with it. I feel like good parenting is good parenting no matter what.
That's what Gino always says. Like, you give me all that money, I can handle it. Okay.
I mean, no, but I'm saying you actually think Birdie would be. I would whoop Birdie's ass. Hell yeah, I would come to New York. I'd be like, enough of this shit. You must have lost your fucking mind. Birdie gonna stay with me for a week. Yeah. And I promise I'll take care of it. Y'all remember like Helen Keller went and stayed with that chick? Yeah, she got her shit right.
You would be her keeper for a week.
Keeper, whatever. I know she wouldn't be pulling that shit with me.
All right, quickly, because we're out of time, I want to say that I saw you do the Game of Thrones thing live before you got fully sick. And it is, for those people who watch Leslie do the Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, whatever it's called.
Oh, you was there with me, huh?
I was there while you were filming. You were taping it. And I just I'm going in the pool. This is going to take 9 hours. You're crazy.
Yep.
I mean, your fans better be like, thank you, Leslie, because watching her do this, it is the most tedious, brutal, and Leslie makes it funny, and it is not. This was not made to do on these platforms, Instagram and stuff like that. It is. It's a television show. You're doing a whole production show yourself.
And it just pisses me off because, like, if the platforms would just be so much easier, it's so much easier when I tag something and you see me continuously tag that I have to continuously look for that tag. That tag should jump right up. Like on TikTok, I can go on TikTok, but I can paste, put the video, and the tag comes straight up. It's easy to get that shit on. But like. Again, like you said, this is a whole production. I have to watch it. I'm watching it. Oh, is that worth me commenting on? Of course, what I try to do is gut shit because I do gut shit. Like, if shit hit me in the gut, then that's what I make a video on, and that's what happens. So, yeah, it's a whole production. I thought you was going to tell them that I'm going to be in New York.
That's the last thing. Leslie Jones is coming to New York. We're going to go do a gig in Washington, and then we're going to take the train. You always wanted to take the train.
I always wanted and Lenny's such a mooch. Is it mooch? It's
mooch.
Cheap. Is mooch cheap? Which one is the cheap?
Kinda. If I kind of goad you into doing it, I could be cheap.
No, cheapskate. Cheapskate is what I'm gonna say because he's like, yo, we could get the you don't want to spend that much money on Trump. It's like, no,
you don't.
Listen. First of all, on your dying bed, do you want to remember? I fucking spent $500 for a train ticket, or do you want to remember I rode in first class on a train to New York with Leslie Jones?
Here's the thing.
You're not going to give a
I don't.
fuck.
Of course, I might. From my memoir, that'll be great. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's going to be as fancy as you think it is.
It'll be
like you could
fancier
drop
than
to
the 34th.
business class. It's the same seat
No,
on train.
I don't care.
The train's going to the
I
same
don't
spot.
give a fuck. I don't care. I'm doing it.
I'm dying to see what they give you for $500 in first class for sure.
I can't wait. Let's
I
go.
I hope it's a fucking bag of Cheez-Its. I'm telling you, you're going to be disappointed. I'm laying
You're
down
gonna
the
be
gauntlet.
there too. I got you.
I know I'm gonna be very.
You fucking asshole.
I'm gonna be like, I can't believe this shit.
Then you're gonna enjoy misery. Good.
Yeah.
You're such a fucking asshole.
Well, misery loves company, and the two of us will be in New York.
Yeah, when you die, you're gonna be like, oh, I can't remember. I just remember being such a dick about the fucking ticket.
Tell Leslie it was worth it. First class on the train. Oh, we'll be right back with more exploits from Leslie Jones right after this.
Idiot.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for What the Fuck Y'all Want.
What the fuck do y'all want?
This part of the show, we answer questions from the listeners. If you have a question for us, you can send us an email or recorded voice message asking the question to fckrypodcast@gmail.com. That's FCKRY podcast@gmail.com. If you record yourself, you might want to use a fake name. You know, it's obvious why. Okay, so here's our first letter. Devin writes, after 30 years as a special education teacher in Florida, I'm retiring and moving to a different state. Well, congratulations, Devin. Florida blows. I am only in my mid-50s, so I have plenty of time for a new career, and I have tons of good skills. But I haven't been on a job interview in 30 years, and I've internalized a lot of negativity, having to put up with all the fuckery being thrown at educators, especially the last few years. How do I prevent fear getting in the way of the rest of my life? Well, I mean, I think, first of all, you're escaping Florida. And, you know, you have a pretty good pension. I would be confident that you made it through that. You made it through Florida. You made it through education system all that time. And you have skills to do, you have a good skill that you can take somewhere else. No?
I just feel like people don't really understand what the word fear actually means. And it's okay to be fucking scared. You're supposed to be scared. You be a dumbass motherfucker not to have fear. The problem is when you don't move because of fear. If you're still moving and you still scared, that's actual courage. So you are displaying courage, sir, by looking past your fear and fucking still doing it, even though you're scared as fuck. Because that's everybody. That's everybody that gets up and go and try and drive and do anything that you do. You are scared as fuck every time you wake up. So yeah, it's called courage when you continue in fear. So fear is a healthy thing. So
we live in fear, like we live with stuff that's happening all the time, monkeypox and
I just don't.
COVID
I never understand those questions. I never understand those questions. There's no cure
he wants
for
a pep
fear.
Talk.
No, but there's no cure.
Talk.
But that's what the fuck I'm doing, Lenny. Some people like pep talks. Like I'm tired of people needing a fucking pep talk, motherfucker. Go get some Pepto-Bismol then. God damn it. Like that's what the fuck I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. What? Like he's talking about he has fear. What do I do about fear? No, don't fight fear. Go ahead and be fucking scared, but continue to move, because then that displays courage. You're displaying courage. How is that not a pep talk?
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Okay, whatever. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pep talk.
Good job. Number 2. So go out there and get him, Devin. Pauline writes, I'm writing today.
Devin. It's Devin.
What?
Literally, it's
Devin.
Not that fucking serious. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Wait, that seems familiar. Is that Nike? Yeah. I'm writing today.
You're an asshole.
Though, because I love to hear y'all call attention to some fuckery. Aha. That's what we're here for. Oh, Can we talk about the fuckery of the educational white flight? I've seen a bunch of self-described anti-racist, progressive, urban-dwelling whites. I like
understand.
That put their kids into charters, private schools, or white majority affluent schools instead of the global majority schools. These people are the same ones who call out BLM protests, then enroll their kids in private school. Please call these bitches out. If you're a middle-class liberal white person with white or white passing kids, if you go out of your way to avoid putting your kids in a global majority school, or you go out of your way to avoid living in a global majority area, fuck you. I'm sick of this hypocritical fuckery. What do you think?
I don't even understand the question.
I think that she's saying, like, people who, like, are, Black
Sounds
Lives
like
Matter
a
friendly
Karen.
or say that, but then they'll put their kids not in public school. They'll put them in private school. I mean,
Okay.
you can't be both. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, the whole system. How about the whole system is broke, Pauline? How about the whole system is broke? Is Pauline white? Sounds like
I have no idea.
Pauline equal Karen. Pretty sure you got
Well,
other problems.
I don't. Pauline is white to you? This is not a white lady. No way.
You don't think this is a white lady?
No. This is a woman of color, as they say, trying to
How you
tell
know?
white people.
Because
It just feels like it, doesn't it?
Let me see. I have been a bunch of self-described anti-racist.
She's saying stop being hypocritical. You're taking your kids out of school, so we're basically going back to segregation. That's what she's saying. But
Well,
Look.
we could bitch about that, but then we got to bitch about the whole system is really broke. The school is not. If I would put right now, if I had kids, I'll put them in private school too, because school fucking sucks. It fucking sucks now. Then no one's treating the fucking teachers right. No one's giving enough supply. To how many times I tell you I take care of teachers' lists because they don't have enough to educate fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a fighting back. It's like back and forth. So we need to fix the system. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it shouldn't be no private schools at all. Maybe all this money should just be given to one system to fix the system. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, I look. I went to public school. You went to public school.
Yeah.
To me, there was nothing bad about public school. The teachers were very
now,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now, but when we was going to
But
public
now,
school, like our
right.
parents gave a fuck. Like our parents wouldn't have put up with some of the shit that happens now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't.
Maybe,
our
yeah.
parents. I don't think our parents left us in school for teachers to raise us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's what it feels like now. Like I mean, the total. Because when I'm hearing this question, I'm like, that's like only a that's like a Band-Aid. It's like there's a whole bigger problem deeper than this rant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this also depends on where you live. Like, for example, for me, if I want to send my kid to private school for
Right.
elementary private school, it's going to cost me $30,000
Yeah,
to
but
$50,000 a year. I don't have.
New York has a different type of system, though. New York has a better system, especially where you live at. They have a better school system there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but,
it's very mixed. It's very well
right.
done. And,
so
and they care.
Exactly. So that's just needs to be in every community. To me, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Across the board.
Yeah, these states,
white people ain't the only people who got money. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Kentucky is always, you take a state like Kentucky, I don't know where she's from, maybe Judith can help us out, but Kentucky is like always the last in education, or Mississippi last in education. They don't give a shit. They don't fund it. They don't care. They want to keep these people dumb.
They have the wrong people running their shit.
Yep.
So that's where it starts. That person does not give. You got those people who is doing theatrical things with their money right now by sending immigrants to other fucking states. That's like millions of dollars that's supposed to go to the system.
That's right.
So
That's
like
exactly right.
all that. This rant is just a slither. It's so surface. You need something deeper. It's deeper. It's deeper than that.
All right, number 3, Destiny writes.
Okay.
I would like to hear some fuckery stories about funerals.
What?
I need to know I'm not the only one dealing with obscene levels of fuckery at a funeral.
What?
The last one I went to, we had to dig the damn hole. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Okay, that is some fuckery. There wasn't any machinery
so
either. It was the end of
fucking-
July in rural Oklahoma. Nothing but cheap shit asses who asked everyone to bring a shovel. Holy shit. The writer goes on to share that she's been to a funeral where some dude got his truck stolen at his grandmother's funeral, and another about a funeral where the pastor did 5 calls to be saved during the church service. Leslie, do you have any fucked up funeral stories? Well,
Well,
first
no,
I'd like to
first of
say
all,
thank you for listening to us. I can't believe they have radio wherever you're from.
Well, wait a minute. First of all, why does she keep going to funerals? And why is it been,
I don't know.
Why does she get to compare? I literally can name how many funerals I've been in my life.
Me too. How many funerals? I mean, and you dig your own hole? What funeral is that?
If I went to a funeral and they asked me to dig the hole, I'd be like, bitch, if you don't, listen,
Is this a mafia funeral?
That's fucking.
I'm not digging a hole this time.
They should have fucking recorded that shit. They asked you to dig.
Dig the hole. I mean, that.
And most people don't even like to
what
go
do you
to
wear
the
to that funeral?
Like a fucking sweat, so obviously. And some gloves. Jesus.
Overalls? Yeah, I mean, all I can say is, wow. There is some shit that goes on in this country that I'm blown away. Leslie, can you explain this? The pastor did 5 calls to be saved. Like,
yeah,
what does that mean?
If anybody wants to.
Is that in the South?
Yeah, if anybody wants to come to Jesus, come get saved.
During a funeral?
Yeah, they're not doing a funeral, which is hilarious. And 5 times is excessive. So
we'd like to lay Lenny to rest here. But first, anybody want to be saved by Jesus? What?
He's either projecting or trying to tell somebody, hey, the killer of the person is here. That's the only thing I... So it's like,
do you want to be saved? No, I don't.
Do you want to be saved though? But do you want to be saved?
Yes, I do. Arrest that man!
Arrest him immediately. Shit.
God. I have no. I know this is gonna sound crazy. Destiny. I have no fucked up funeral stories. It's sad.
I'm trying to.
People cry.
Yeah, it's because I don't go to funerals. I mean, that's not what the fuck.
I mean,
I heard
what story?
I heard a story of like this guy got buried and they went back to they went back to the grave and they caught the people dumping his body into the actual hole out of the coffin.
Get out of here.
Yeah, because they said
to keep the box.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean. Listen, at this point, why are we burying people still when they have all kinds of chemicals in them and that's just getting in the ground? I don't understand why people are not cremated anyway. But you putting a whole fucking box in the fucking ground with body, I guess they felt like, I don't know. But yeah, they was emptying them back into the ground and motherfuckers lost it. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, I look, I don't know what goes on in rural Oklahoma, but where I'm from, I might be a coastal elite. I'd like to apologize for that, but I've never seen anybody dig the hole,
I've never seen that. Now who gonna put them in the hole? Like, how they gonna get the coffin? You have to literally hoist the coffin.
Yeah. Into the hole.
Fucking hilarious. They need 6 pallbearers for a fucking coffin. How y'all gonna get that shit in the hole? And who's gonna know how deep? Do you know how deep that shit has to be?
6 feet. You're gonna be digging all day.
I can't believe.
Can I get a sandwich? I've been doing this for like an hour and a half.
I can't even believe that. I can't even believe that.
There's little kids with little tiny shovels helping out. I mean, I have no idea.
I can't even believe that. We starting the funeral at 5 o'clock because it's gonna take us about 12 hours to get the hole digged.
Thank you for listening to our show.
Oh my God, this one was a weird one. This is...
All right, that was fun. We are. Listen, we're gonna have a new segment coming up. We're gonna put our twist on our listener questions. We're gonna call it "Who Fucked Up, Me or Them?" If you have a situation that you need us to moderate to figure out if it's your fault or their fault, please write us at fckrypodcast@gmail.com. We'd like to do that in a couple of weeks. fckrypodcast@gmail.com. Is it me or is it them? Who fucked up, me or them?
That's
fckrypodcast@gmail.com.
Is it me or is it you? I think it's you. Because the show ain't me.
We'll be right back with the Fckry of the Week. Remember, if you have a question for us, you can send us an email or a recorded voice message asking a question, advice, anything from me and Leslie. Fckrypodcast@gmail.com. fckrypodcast@gmail.com. I think I like funeral stories, so keep them coming. That's fckrypodcast@gmail.com. If you record yourself, don't forget to use a fake name or Whatever. I don't know how you can get more embarrassed by some of these stories. So now let's go right into the fuckery of the week. This is where we call out some fuckery that we have seen for this particular week. I will lead off this week. I'm talking about star athletes. In particular, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees is 30 years old. Happy birthday, Aaron. His birthday is right before the season starts. I don't think anyone will argue with me that this is by far his best season. Shohei Ohtani is on the Angels. He pitches and hits. Yes, that's an anomaly. Yes, he's great. Yes, I'm biased because I'm from New York. I love Aaron. But the California Angels are 30 games out of first place. 30! I watch every game, and Aaron Judge is clearly the best player in baseball this year and the most valuable player as well. If he did not play this year, the Yankees would not be in first place. They, too, would be 30 games out of the race. With that said, Aaron's contract is up. In the offseason, he turned down a contract extension of 7 years, $213.5 million. That's $30.5 million a year. At the end of that contract, he would be 38 going on 39. He turned that down. So what is it? Does he want more years or more money? Look, I won't begrudge anyone money. If somebody wants to pay you money, go and get it. But years? I can't give you a 10-year contract. Yeah, the first 5 will be great. Then what? I have to overpay you 5 more mediocre years when you become more and more of a liability to the team? Come on, Yankees and Yankee fans. Let's get smart. Judge is about to be 31 at the beginning of next year. How's 6 years, $40 million sound? Or 5 years, $50 million sound? That's $250 million, and you don't sink the franchise years 6 to 10. Can't we all live with that? Alex Rodriguez's last 3 years were a mess of steroids and injuries and paying him not to play. Yep. A complete disaster. It was complete fuckery to pay A-Rod $25 million not to play. If Judge wants any more than 6 years, hold on, everybody. Let him walk. Yes, it will hurt, but he's only human. He's only one player. Yes, he had a great year. Yes, he had it for us. Will he do it again and again and 10 more times? History says no. Look, aging sucks and fandom is emotional, and it's not your money, so you want him to spend away. But there's a point of diminishing returns, so work smarter, people. These guys all get hurt, lose skills, and quite frankly, nobody is as good when they get older. Ask my dick. Oh, my dick can still play. But 162 games a year, yeah, it's going to need a few days off. Some massages, hot baths, some loose garments. But if it worked correctly, little Lenny is a $50 million a year asset, baby.
Ew, you ask people to think about your dick. Ugh. I was with you until you said that part. Gross.
Just try to make a point.
You made one. Yeah, they gonna come after you for that, Lenny. Motherfuckers gonna be like,
I know they're coming.
You.
Bring him. I love Aaron Judge, but I can't, for the next 5 years, I'm gonna really love him. Then after that, watching him strike out 700 times a year, it's gonna be tough. But man, I wish him the best.
Like,
I hope he's.
You don't care about the fucking Yankees.
That's right. I could be wrong. You'll never know. All right.
Okay. Well, mine's is because I was trying to figure out which one because I know I gotta do another one, but at this point, why are men not convinced that women think that y'all hate? Like, we're convinced that y'all hate us now. We're convinced that men hate women now. I mean, think about it. I mean, just like, first of all, this concept of rights is just still fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just still because I need to know who is the head of the chain of the right thing. Like, who are we asking rights from? That's that. I just still have that question. I understand the right to bear arms, the right to, you know what I'm saying? Those are like kind of rules or, amendments or whatever. But I'm talking about like human right. Like, who is in charge of that? Who's heading that department? Because why do we need to have rights? Like, women have had to get rights for equal pay, for equal, just being an equal human. I mean, we're not even talking about if she's a black woman. We've had to ask for, and every one of these things has had to have a bill or a law come in to protect our rights. Again, it doesn't make sense to me. So, like, you guys voted, I would say mostly Republicans were voted against domestic violence, right? For us to be protected in our own house, for us to be protected at work, for us to have our own health choices, to actually get paid equal. I'm not understanding how, when all this stuff happens, that men will still sit and say, why do women hate us so much? Because you're actively fucking attacking us, and I'm not understanding how we're supposed to work it out. Does that make sense? Like when I'm talking to, like I'll put it for example, when I was on the podcast with Keenan and Tani, which it was an interesting conversation, but I swear to God, I felt like I was talking to aliens. I felt like men, not everyone, like I just want to tell you, Lenny, when I'm talking to you, not everyone thinks like you. And this is what I was telling Keenan too. Not everyone has an understanding of equal shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a daughter, you have a wife, you're very in touch with what the fuck is. You have a sister, you had do you get what I'm saying? You have a friend who's a female. Does that make sense? So yes. you're but when I'm talking to certain men, they really do have this thing of like, women are the weaker sex, or women are the submissive sex, and if it's done, like, we don't, like, it's just like with black people, like, if they're different from, and I hate to say this, I'm gonna say this, and I know there's gonna be so many people fucking mad at this, but it's always a white man. And I'm not trying to be fucked up, because I'm not saying black men ain't that way either, or chauvinist or misogynistic. It's just that white people, you don't understand how much you actually do affect the fucking equation. Like, I just feel like,
well, they make the laws, right?
I just don't like when it's just, I feel like we need a mediator between the sexes or something, because for you to completely come and take away our rights, like, you're making us slaves to you. Do you understand? When I have to fight for the right of the choice of what I make on my body, not even just about abortion or pregnancy, but just period, that's I don't get that. Like, it would be different. Like, let's say I'm married, okay? And then you say, hey, my husband needs to be involved on some of my medical, decisions or whatever. Okay, I can almost get that. But I'm not married or with anyone, and you're telling me that you still should be able to tell me what the fuck to do, and I still have to pay taxes and my bills. And it just confuses me how we can't get this shit right. We can't get it right. And as a woman, how can I put this? Okay, I'll put it like this. She-Hulk. When I was with when I was a female Ghostbuster, She-Hulk, there's a group of motherfucking men that just is not with that. And She-Hulk actually is a fucking character. Like, She-Hulk has a whole series. But now there's a whole thing out where men think, oh, she's trying to be better than the Man-Hulk. How come she just ain't a She-Hulk?
She-Hulk.
And motherfucker, this is pretend. You think there's a green bitch out there? You think there's when we was doing the Ghostbusters thing, do you actually think that there's Ghostbusters, motherfucker? This is a fucking movie. This is pretend. This is imagination. So it's just so fucking frustrating for motherfuckers not to understand that you can't. What I was trying to explain to Keenan and them is that you're basically saying, shut the fuck up and do what you're told anytime you tell me that you can control what I do. I don't even know if this was even a clear fuckery of the week. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I think it's just such frustration of me being a female and being powerful and being strong. Like what I was telling Keenan and Tani, my dad did not raise me just to be a wife or a girl. Right. He raised me to be a successful human being. My dad would tell me don't let them tell you, even if you're black or you're a woman, that you can't do it, because it matters about how hard you work. So that's what I was trying to get across to them, is that listen, You have different things, I have different things, but we are both human and we are equal in our rights as far as being human. I'm a woman, you're a man. There should be no fucking struggle of power. It should be a joint thing. And some of the things men think is sometimes some of the things women are thinking. Like he says there's a 10 or 30% of men that haven't had sex or are virgins, and that might be women's fault. No, that 10 or 30% you're talking about are fucking rapists and serial killers too. Like, because you're not understanding that women, when we do have to be with a man, we're not at advantage. We could die. Like you could kill us. Like saying yes to a date could be an invite to death. Like we can't, not saying that there's not some women that'll kill men, but the likely odds of the percentage is very low. So it would be different. Like, let's say if I had the same strength as a man, then we wouldn't even be having this discussion because there would be no real fight, right? But y'all are stronger than us. And you do have more power than us. So it's so annoying that you're taking advantage of that.
To sum it up, they wrote in the Constitution, all men are created equal. They meant men and women are created, you know what I mean? From that standpoint, obviously physically there's different things, but like you're saying, we are created equal and we should start respecting ourselves as that. But and for some reason right now in the zeitgeist, it definitely feels that, especially with taking away rights, that is not the direction.
And then they're using the Bible and God for it, and it's just like,
yeah, there's a lot.
It's scary and me as a woman. It's like watching Handmaid's Tale. I mean, how is this different? I mean, and I'm being so fucking honest. Tell me how this is different.
There.
How is this different?
Close.
How scared I am to walk into a fucking store and some guy calls me a fucking whore because I have a fucking bank account. Well, it's going to be scary for him because I'm going to beat the living shit out. This going to be one woman that's going to get the first Handmaid's Tale bullet in her fucking head because I'm not going to stand for that shit.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a whole bunch of bitches like me. But again, in Handmaid's Tale, they always sent to the field. So, all right.
Equality, people. Let's try and get there.
And for you to be a Republican and a woman is something I will never understand because Republicans have always hated women. So for you to be a Republican and a woman, it just go down and look in history. They have voted no on every fucking thing that has come up to protect women. On violence on women, sexual harassment, equal pay, pregnancy, all of that. They have voted no. So for you to be a Republican and a woman is a goddamn oxymoron, or you're just a fucking moron.
Or it is some fuckery for sure.
So I don't know if I made sense, maybe. But
you did. We wrapped it up nice.
All right. Well,
that's our show. You did it. I
made it through this motherfucker. I'm still gonna kill everybody though.
The Fckry with Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus was created by and stars Leslie Jones and Lenny Marcus. The show is produced by Judith Cargbo, and our audio engineer is now Jordan Duffy. Music for the show is also done by Marina Pais. This is an Earwolf production.
Earwolf, because the wolf name is. And I'll bring a shovel to your funeral.